Middle-earth has an older tale almost no one remembers. Tolkien called them vampires, but they were nothing like the undead nobles of Gothic fiction. These were corrupted spirits in monstrous bat-like bodies, flying between the fortresses of Morgoth under moonless skies. Tolkien used the word and a handful of times, and never in the modern sense. His vampires were resurrected humans, not blood drinkers, not mortals under a curse. They were spirits, likely Maiar, twisted into predatory winged shapes. The term serves as shorthand for a supernatural night fiend, not a separate species. During the First Age, the world was at its most mythic. Spirits took bodies easily. Evil reshaped forms into grotesque shapes. Morgoth and Sauron commanded beings that simply couldn't exist in the later, weakened eras. Vampires appear only here, when raw supernatural power was still loose in the world. The clearest example is Thuringwethil. Tolkien describes her as a woman with great bat-like wings, serving Sauron as his messenger from the Isle of Werewolves to Angband. She is almost certainly a corrupted Maya, taking a fearsome shape suited for stealth and flight. Her identity is tied to her physical form so strongly that her hide becomes a magical disguise. When Luthien infiltrates Sauron's fortress, she uses Thuringwethil's bat-skin cloak. This tells us the vampire's form wasn't just physical. It carried an aura, a kind of spiritual signature. Wearing it allowed Luthien to pass as one of Sauron's own servants. Few artifacts in Tolkien's world function this way, making this one of the strangest and darkest moments in the Silmarillion. Another vampire appears only briefly, a great vampire, fleeing when Draugluin, the werewolf, escapes. The wording implies intelligence, status, and fear. It also confirms Thuringwethil isn't unique. Sauron commanded a small group of aerial spirits in monstrous forms. Nothing in Tolkien states this directly, but the implications are clear. These spirits served as scouts moving faster than any mortal, messengers able to travel at night and across long distances, aerial surveillance for Morgoth's forces. Before Palantiri or Nazgul, this is how Sauron extended his reach. Tolkien's vampires break every common expectation. They weren't ever human. They weren't transformed animals. They weren't a population. They were individual, ancient spirits whose chosen or corrupted shapes became permanent. Their vampirism is thematic: fear, night, shadow, and corruption. In early Arda, spirits were fluid, but the deeper one fell into evil, the more their form set into something twisted. This is why Sauron could appear fair in the Second Age, but not afterward. It's also why vampire spirits vanish. Corruption eventually locks spirits into fixed forms, and the world itself grows less mythic over time. After Morgoth's defeat, most corrupted spirits were destroyed or diminished. Sauron lost the power needed to maintain such servants. The world entered an age where magic and shapeshifting were fading. By the Third Age, when the Lord of the Rings happens, there is no room left for spirits like Thuringwethil. She represents a level of supernatural horror almost entirely absent from later stories. A Maya wearing a bat demon form, flying through night storms, carrying Sauron's secrets, then leaving behind a skin so powerful it fools the Dark Lord himself. She hints at a Middle-earth far stranger and more dangerous than the one most people know. Tolkien's vampires aren't Gothic monsters. They are echoes of a wilder age. They appear only in silvers, one paragraph here, one escape scene there. And those glimpses reveal a Middle-earth once filled with night spirits, shapeshifters, and horrors that never survived into later ages. Thuringwethil and her kind are the shadows between the lines, brief, mysterious, and unforgettable.